Hello. All right. Hello there, dear YouTubers. My name is King1993, and today I'll be talking about a certain character goes by the name Eika, who is a Scissor member, and this is gonna be a very big video on a very crucial detail about how to use this character. And because it is gonna be a very big video, please bear with it because at the end of the video, you'll be able to realize how to use this character Eika efficiently. Okay. So Eika is a character that I do not have fully released yet. I'm using her trial version, but using her trial version, I eventually came to an under a realization of where the downfall and the benefit of this character is. Okay, first of all, let's talk about her weapon. So normally her weapon damage is at 850. Because her weapon damage is at 850, she will automatically fall into this category here. Okay, and why? Because having higher bullet overall output is gonna be a very good thing. Now the question remains is, does it get even bigger? Yes, it does get bigger. For example, if I were to select this and this, it will now become 1000. Okay, about 1200. So eventually it falls into this category. Now the overall question remains is, okay, what about this character's active skill? Now this is the place where it becomes a little bit difficult to say that yes, this is the very good thing, because her active skill is only gonna work if enemies enter and exit the place, and it has a distance of total, how much, let me check. It has a total distance of 20 meters, which is equivalent to mid range. Okay, so short range is basically 10 meters, mid range is 20 meters, and anything above 30 is basically, from 30 to above 30 is long range. Okay, so when it comes to the overall shape of this thing, it has a total shape size of 20-meter diameter. Okay, and it only activates if the enemies are inside, going through it and out of it. Okay, otherwise otherwise it doesn't work. Okay, if that is all of the case, then the question remains is, okay, how can I take advantage of it? Well, that's the thing, you normally can't take advantage of it. You can only take advantage of this if you were to use awaken skill 2. So let's activate it. Okay, okay, now once I have activated this, let's see what happens. It still doesn't do any damage. Okay, it does damage only to the enemies that are outside or inside of the barrier, and they try to either go in and out of the barrier, only then the enemies take damage. Otherwise they don't take damage. So basically speaking, if you are a wise enemy, then you'll not be able to take any damage. That's the reality, which is why using this is going to be a waste of resources compared to this one. This one is a lot more better. Now you definitely saw me using this 3 weapon. Okay, right? And this one. So let's finish the weapon part, and then we'll go to the other skill ability. So the overall question remains is, okay, why have I selected this? Now remember, you must need to select an option that is very good on every cases or most cases. So in because of this reason like that, I highly suggest that you increase the overall pellets, which was 9 to it is right now how many, 12, and then use magazine capacity instead of reload rate, because reload rate is not that much useful. It only loads the reloading time by 1 second. This one is spread. Do not use spread, use sprint. spread control is only useful if you are using single shot mode. Otherwise, don't use this. Because in demolition and escort mission, increased bullet is a lot more useful than increase bullet capacity because of magazine and using the single shot. It is only useful in 3 versus 3, but rest of the other no. In 3 versus 3 and 7 versus 7, this is useful, these two. Otherwise, it is not useful. Now, when it comes to the effective range, obviously select this one easy. It is an easy statement because 3 to 3 4 2 4 5. Now 3 4 5. What the heck am I saying? 2 3 4. It was 2 3 4 before. Now it is 3 4 5. So from that point of perspective, use effective range. Okay. Now the weapon part is done. Now let's talk about this character active skill. Now you definitely saw the problem with the active skill. So overall question remains is, should you go for the active skill or not? The answer is no. Which is why I had to put this here, because the active skill does not complement with the overall damage output of this character. Unlike this one, overall damage output is high. Active skill works with the shooting, and you can use it anytime. You can teleport from it, multiple capability, which is why this character is in the top ranking. This one has unlimited range for let's see, unlimited range for healing, but the overall shooting is below 800. Okay, so that is the reason why I had put this character here, and that's basically it. For this character, it becomes even more complicated because you'll be need to be using this character only in mid range and short range. But in order to make sure that you use this ability of this character very efficiently, you must need to activate at least 3 of these to make this character very good even at the mid range. Otherwise, it is not going to be useful. Okay, which is why even though this character is a lot more useful, the more you activate this character skill, it still falls into the category of the second ranking, which is going to be S rank, not double S rank. Okay. Now what is this? Soul battery is the passive skill. The more hit this character gains, the more overall damage output becomes. For example, let's see, 60. Okay. Now what about this? 120. Okay, so it was 60 first, and then eventually it becomes even more after a certain period of time. So that's basically how it goes. The more this mark is activated, which mark? This hit mark, the more damage output this one produces, and it produces even more. This character produces even more when you activate this. So the passive skill of this character is fantastic. To make it even better, use the awaken skill 3. Okay, now after all of this is done, the question remains is, what about this? This make the enemy take burn damage when they are in the paper mode inside the purgatory. Otherwise, this one won't work. So you can get this using energy point. This is not needed. Sorry about it. My cold hiccups is back. Due to, due to cold allergy, I'm having hiccups. So sorry about that. Okay, so once you have activated this, make sure to activate this as well. Otherwise, it is not very useful. If you want to use the, the flame cage, or let's say purgatory, there is, definitely use this one and this one. Okay, and when it comes to the overall question, should you use active, sorry, awaken 2 or 3? avoid this. Okay, go with this one. Again, this is from my point of perspective, because at the end of the day, if I use a purgatory and it gets smaller, it basically means it will disappear faster, and enemy will know that since I have used up my active skill, they will now come towards me. But if I create a purgatory, okay, and once the enemy sees it, they know that they are gonna take about 80 damage, so they are not gonna be entering this place here, okay, which is why don't use awaken skill 2, don't use them, use 1 and 3. Okay, so this is the overall conclusion of this character. And now when it comes to the grenade, all of the grenades are not that much useful. Use frag grenade and use windstorm. Now one important thing that I would say when it comes to this character is, let's say this is the back of the front of the bus and this is the back of the bus, okay. Now if any enemies were to be, okay, forgot, this is the front and suppose this is the back, so I'm pushing the bus forward, okay. if if any enemies were to come, I can just shoot them at blind spot, sorry, at blind range or point blank range, but it is basically like blind shooting, okay. Why? Because if it were to be a assault rifle or maybe submachine gun, I need to aim 100% precisely for the enemy to take some damage. But because this is a shotgunner, that problem is solved. Just aim blindly within this short area, and you will be able to destroy the enemy very fast, okay. So this is the main benefit of this character. Now the overall question remains, have I completed all of this? To give you guys an idea of how to use this character, the answer is yes, okay. Then the question remains is, in which sequence should you try to go for? First thing, this, okay, and then this one. After you have activated these two, don't go for any of this except this, and go for this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are the important one. Afterwards, this one. Oh, sorry. This one. Afterwards, this one. Then this one. This. Then this, and then this. Last. Okay. Sorry, this one. This is the last. So that is basically how you will be able to benefit from this character. Now, another thing is you can also annoy the long range enemy. Don't think of killing them. Never. You'll never be able to do so. So let's say the enemy is there. Okay. So what can you do? So from this point of perspective, you can annoy the enemy by shooting at them. They're not gonna take massive damage at all. But it will basically alarm them that I am there enough time so that they can put their concentration on me and my allies will be able to take them out. Okay. Now, last method is, let's say your allies are continuously being held because of a very good sniper. If your ultimate is available, use it. Use it. Using it once, it will make the enemy fly and take fire damage. You can use it up to 3 times, and obviously it is very slow. So to think that they will not be able to understand that an attack is coming at them is not going to be possible. Which is why I am saying this. Do not use this enemy in long range. Only use this enemy in short and mid range. Only use attacks like this to annoy the enemy, to get their concentration so that your allies will be able to help them. Now, in the escort mission, you can definitely able to use this uh, whirlwind flamethrower to make the enemy fly for a certain period of time, and you can basically also shoot at them. By doing so, what will happen is it will basically give you enough time to destroy the enemy and remove the enemy from the vehicle, so that after the enemy is killed, you can come back to this place and make the cart move forward again. So that's basically how it goes. Okay. Now, that is basically the whole thing. I do not know how long am I gonna be able to survive the cold season due to this cold hiccup. So, what is the overall conclusion after all of this? The overall conclusion is this: this character is a very useful character, but due to complexity, but due to complexity, it is a lot more harder to control. But just because it is harder to control doesn't mean that this character's overall damage output is low. No, complete opposite. This one are the hardest to control because despite having all of the benefit of the being able to block enemies attack, this character overall damage output is so low that you must need to be very careful when you are using this character. Same can be said about this Shrey. Okay, okay. Because of that reason, I had to put this character here. This is the best place for this character, these two, because you can easily get MVP using this character despite having bad aim, because this character is mostly support, and this character is mostly support for her own self. She's a DPS and self support character, and you can also annoy the enemy enough time, just enough time to make your ally kill the enemy. Okay, similar can be said about this one. They can also do it, but their overall accuracy must need to be high in order to hit an enemy that is very far distance. So this is the reason why I had to put this character here. Had not been the point of her attack active skill, that is, I would definitely put this character here. But because the active skill of this character is so low, I had to put it in the lower grading. Okay. So overall, this is my conclusion for this character. Okay. And if you like this explanation of this character, then please give a like and subscribe and click the bell notification icons to get more of this type of topic on a regular basis. Thank you and see you again next time. And this is the new newest outfit for this character. This looks good in every angle, if you know what I mean. So goodbye, stay safe, and see you again next time.